Not sure how that looked on camera, but it feels scary.
My name's Olivia. I was born with a rare genetic condition.
We're losing the battle.
My suffering does not define me. With every battle I face, I am made stronger through faith.
And free! Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we're doing an updated review on the Smoov. Right here, I've got the Smoov connected. And we're doing an updated review because a lot has changed. I've used the Smoov a lot more than my previous review, and there's been some updates to the app as well. And today we're gonna be focusing more so on how to use the Smoov and the different things, and my review on all of those things. So if you want to learn anything about like my custom wheelchair, how I got it, I have a whole video on that, and I will leave that in the I will leave a card for that video up here. And then if you want to learn anything about my last video, the basics on the Smoov, how I got it approved, like paid for and everything, and then charging and all of that, just the very basics of everything, then I also have a video for that, and I will leave a card for that video as well. But today we're going to be focusing on, like I said, all of the new aspects of the update that's been done in the app and how to use the Smoov. So first thing we're going to do is power up the device, and to do that you just do one quick press and the device powers on. Next thing we're going to do is power on the control unit. The light is flashing blue, and now it is a solid green. And the battery bars to tell me how full or how empty my battery is are flashing right now, and that is because the wheel is turned either to the left or to the right, or it is turned all the way backwards. But everything is powered on now, so we're gonna go ahead and go through the app. When I first got the Smoov, I didn't realize how important the app is, but there's a possibility that the app also gained importance with the new updates that were added. It definitely has in terms of safety, but the app is very important, so we're definitely gonna go through all of that. I am going to share the screen on my phone with y'all so you can see exactly what I'm doing and what I'm talking about as I do it. All right, now when you first open the app, it might ask you a few things. You have to tap on those notifications or alerts. And then next thing it's going to do is ask you for your PIN. And this PIN is in here to prevent anybody from messing with your Smoov device. Otherwise, obviously that could be very dangerous if somebody decided to play around with that. But now when you first open the app after entering your PIN, it takes you to the cockpit where you can see your battery level of the drive device and of the control device. And then next you're going to see remaining range, which I believe is based on the battery levels in whatever mode you're in. Next you'll see the different modes that there are, which there is Eco, Tour, Sport, and My. And then there is Auto Speed. For Auto Speed, you have to pay for that. It does not automatically come with the app. And then next there is Backlight. Now, I didn't realize why the backlight was so important until I went to a theme park, and as we were there throughout the day, it eventually became night, and I'm already a lot shorter than people that are walking. So in order to make me more seen and as a safety measure, there is a backlight on there, and it did come in handy whenever it was nighttime. So there's that as well, and I'm sure it comes in handy at night wherever you are, especially throughout parking lots and things like that if you're going to the store at night. But after cockpit, you can tap on the 3 little lines in the top left corner, and that will take you to the different things that there are. I'm gonna go ahead and go into, settings, I think is what I wanted to do. And then, yeah, we'll go to driving control unit, and then, I believe it's another. Yes, okay, this is what I wanted to show you. So the device can go into sleep mode, basically, where it's not powered off, and it's also not using up all of your battery, and that's standby mode. So whenever you want it to go into standby mode, you pick that amount of time. I chose 10 minutes just because it is very easy to get it out of standby mode, and that preserves the battery a lot. So the main place where I use this is theme parks, because I don't really need it at grocery stores. Maybe there's gonna be a time when I need it, such as whenever I move to Maine and I'm actually going to school on campus and there's tons of walking around. It's really hot outside, but who knows, it doesn't get very hot there. But yeah, theme parks, it's very, very useful, and I have used it throughout the entire day, and it didn't run out of battery literally until we were leaving the park. So it worked all throughout the day. So you can choose the amount of time you want to put it in standby mode. Like I said, lower the time, more battery life, and to take it out of sleep mode, you literally just tap the control unit and that's it. In order for it to switch off, you pick that amount of time. I chose 180 minutes because, like I said, I use this at theme parks, and when I'm at theme parks, sometimes the lines are long. I usually always have a fast pass, but sometimes the lines are still long in the fast pass lane, and if I'm waiting for a long time, and then obviously I'm out of my chair once I get out of line and I'm on the roller coaster, and then the amount of time that it takes to go through the ride, and then the amount of time it takes to get off the ride. So I considered all of that, and I was like, well, I don't want it to go into standby mode in an hour, because then I'm gonna have to turn all the way around, turn it on, make sure everything's connected. So I chose 180 minutes, and like I said, it still lasts me all throughout the day. We got there at morning, and we didn't leave there until I think like 10 p.m. So it worked pretty good. All right, next we're gonna go into speed. This is something that has changed dramatically. For speed, I believe it used to only allow us to pick a speed of up to 3 miles per hour. There it goes, it's going into sleep mode. But I believe we used to be able to pick a speed up to 3 miles per hour, but for safety reasons, and I guess there's some laws preventing us from going faster in some countries or some states. But because of that, we couldn't go any faster than that, and now they've changed it to where you can go 6.2 miles per hour, which doesn't sound very fast, but it is very fast, and it's actually kind of scary. And the only reason why I have sport mode set to that is for demonstration purposes. I don't think there's ever a time where I will need to be going that fast. It's pretty scary, and I will do some demonstrations of all of this. I'm just going through the different modes so that once I show you the demonstrations, you can see what my settings were, and how those settings affect how I'm using the device. So now you see I have Eco set at the No, that one's not set at the lowest speed. I have my set at the lowest speed. Basically, mine is your customized mode. But there's, yeah, for eco, really I should have it set to the lowest because eco is to save battery life. So then there's tour, and that's basically like if I'm gonna be using the chair in different scenarios, then maybe I would choose tour, maybe my for every day, maybe eco if my battery is low, and then sport, I don't really know. So yeah, that's what I have everything set to, and then we're gonna go into my drive mode. So this is my customized mode, and basically I can choose my acceleration, my torque, and the speed for my mode. And acceleration and torque are very similar, but they are different. Acceleration basically just tells you how much faster you're gonna go when you turn it up 1 notch to 2 notches, how many miles per hour 1 notch turn is going to be. Torque is going to be how quickly you get up to that speed that you have the acceleration set to. And then obviously control unit is the speed. That's gonna determine how fast you're going per notch turn. You know what? Acceleration, torque are looking very similar. I did not realize this, but I guess control unit would be that notch turn. So I'm not sure now how acceleration and torque are very different. I've messed around with it. I didn't notice any difference between the two, but y'all might think differently if you play around with the settings. So yeah, you can customize my drive mode in that way. And then control unit is, once again, basically my drive mode and all the other drive modes are customizable. I'm not sure really how my mode differs too much from how you customize the other modes. But anyways, here's that notch turn again for eco, tour, and sport. It's going to tell you how much faster you go per notch turn. So you're gonna accelerate by 0.2 miles per hour with every notch turn in eco, 0.3 miles per hour per notch turn for tour, and so on. So that is how that is set. And then we're going to go to performance. Now, I thought this was a really cool update that they did. This is something that you used to have to pay for, and I think even after you paid for it, it wouldn't allow you to mess with these settings in some countries and in some states because I don't really know. I guess there's laws surrounding this as well, or maybe just for safety purposes. But so what this is in my last review of the Smoov, I told y'all that it would not go if the wheel was turned to the left or to the right. It would only go whenever the wheel was straight. So you could not take off, like I said, when the wheel is to the left or to the right, you have to straighten out that wheel every single time. So this allows you to go any which way the wheel is turned. I don't believe it'll allow you to go when the wheel is turned all the way backwards still though. And I think that's simply because that's not the way the Smoov was designed to function. The wheel has to be turned in a certain direction. But here you can adjust that angle. So for eco, I have it set to 45. We're gonna change that to 35. For tour, we're gonna keep it at 45. For sport mode, we're going to have that all the way up to 55. A little bit dangerous because for sport mode, I have everything else turned all the way up as well. But this is just for demonstration purposes. Like I said, I don't even think I'll ever use sport mode. And then for mine, we'll go ahead and set that to, let's see, let's change things up if we can. 40, there we go. All right, well, no, okay, let's set that to, yeah, let's set that to 50. All right, we'll set that to 50. We got a little bit of change here. All right, and then this, I think, is telling just how quickly you're gonna take off from that angle. And I think they do this, again, for safety purposes, because when you take off from those different angles, it can be a little bit more dangerous because it's forcing you to go in the direction that that back wheel is turned. So if you take off very fast from being turned and you suddenly straighten out, it's gonna whip you around. So I have Eco set to soft. Tour, we'll set to soft as well. Actually, because this one's a little bit different, we'll go ahead and put that to sport. All right, we'll set Tour to sport. Sport to sport, and then for my, we'll set that to soft. So y'all can see the difference between them. All right, and we have everything set. Let me go through and make sure everything's correct. Yep. All right, let's go into the cockpit and test out the different modes. All right, we've got it set to Eco, and we'll go ahead and test this out. All right, for each of these, I'm going to first have the wheel totally straight, and then I'm going to do the wheel turned at an angle so y'all can see the difference between those as well. And for a portion of this video, y'all are gonna get some backlighting because I am going to open that garage door and it is sunny outside. So y'all will get some backlighting at that time. But we're gonna go ahead and start off in Eco mode with the wheel straight. We're having a redo Eco mode with the wheel straight because I forgot I wanted to show y'all how fast this goes. So we're gonna start a trip on each of these. All right, we've got the trip going, let's go. The maximum speed that we went for that is 3.6 seconds. Something that I've noticed about the change in angle is when you take turns, it continues to go. It used to, whenever you would take a turn too sharp, the device would stop going and it wouldn't go again. So now whenever I take turns, it continues to go. It just goes at a slower speed, and then it returns to the speed you set it to as soon as you're going straight again. So that's definitely interesting, and it's very cool actually, because this might be way more useful going to the next theme park actually this month. So I'm excited about that. That's very cool. I'm still testing out different features, so some of y'all or all of y'all are learning this along with me for some of the things here, because I've only messed with this just yesterday since the new update in the app. All right, so now we're gonna head into tour mode and we're gonna test that out. We're also gonna go over to trip and we're going to start a trip. Also, I don't think I'm gonna do this starting out from the different angles because some of the ones that I have everything set to, it's not very safe. And like I said, I've realized that those angles aren't just for when you're taking off, they're also for when you're just cruising around and you get to a turn. So that's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start tour mode. I'm not sure if y'all saw that. Probably not, because my Jeep's in the way. I do not like some of the features. And I think this is the thing that I changed, where you can change the angle. Let me see what I had tour set to. We're gonna go back into settings. We're gonna go back into driving control. We're gonna go back into performance. Yeah, and I had tour set to 45-degree angle and sport mode. So I don't like changing that. It's very dangerous, actually. I turned this all the way up. And then, sorry, I'm not screen recording right now, so y'all can't see what I'm doing, but I'm going through the different things. I'll go ahead and start the screen recording so y'all can see what I'm doing and what just happened here. Here we're in performance and we're looking at tour mode, and it's set to 45 and it's set to sport. And then we're gonna go to speed. And that was set to 3.7 miles per hour. Like I said, these don't seem like they're very fast, but when you're in smaller spaces and when you have that angle change, you definitely notice the difference, because previously, if you're going too fast or you're taking a turn, it used to tell the unit to stop, and it would totally stop, like it would not return to the speed you were at, and especially if you were hard braking on your push rims, then the drive unit would stop. Now that they've updated the app, like I said, I really like some of the features on it, but it can be very scary. Right now, my mount for my control unit is broken, so it's slipping and sliding. And once I got to around that corner, there are a lot of objects on the other side of my Jeep. And braking with my push rims as hard as I could was just causing me to slide across the garage floor. I had to get to that stop button quick because it was not stopping, and I almost ran into something at 3.7 miles per hour. Like I said, doesn't sound fast, but I'm sure it would have hurt. All right, we're gonna go into the next drive mode and see how that goes. For this one, we're definitely gonna have to open the garage door, and you'll find out why. This is the part where I have warned y'all there's gonna be some backlighting. It doesn't seem like it's too bad right now. And hopefully you will be able to see everything once I get out there. But we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share my screen with y'all so you can see exactly what's going on. All right, we're gonna switch into sport mode. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stop the previous trip, and then we're going to do a demonstration. Making sure this wheel is pretty straight. All right, here we go. We're gonna start this demonstration. Okay, the trip is started. And we're just gonna go full force. Whew. Not sure how that looked on camera, but it feels scary. Wait, what? Okay, I wasn't even going the maximum speed. All right, we're gonna do another run. Here we go. wheel is straight, and here we go. Oh my gosh, it went even faster than yesterday. All right, we went 6.4 miles per hour. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do my mode, and then we're gonna wrap up this video. My control unit endured a little bit of damage in that last one. Man, my wheels were going so fast. That's actually scary because that would be my skin and this is plastic and it damaged it. Let's get started in my mode. We are now in my mode and we're going to trip. We're gonna start this trip. All right, here we go. I like my mode, it's not so scary. I'm gonna pause this trip. We only went 2.7 miles per hour, and I'm gonna go into settings. These flies are not leaving me alone. I'm gonna go into performance. All right, that was 50. Let's see if it will, because I'm curious if the safety features have been totally removed or if it's dependent upon this these performance settings. Oh my gosh, these flies. Okay, let's set it down to 35, which I think is how it used to be, where you couldn't even change it. So we're gonna go ahead and set it down to 35. We're gonna keep it on soft. And we're gonna see if I'm still able to brake at all on my own without pushing that stop button, because that's the way it used to be. If I hard broke on my push rims, it would tell the drive unit to stop and I did not have to push that emergency stop button. So I'm gonna see if changing my settings will allow me to still do that or if that's been totally removed. All right, let's go into trip. We're gonna press play on trip. Let's figure out if they remove that feature completely. They have not removed the feature completely. It is still there. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna give my final thoughts on this. All right, I just went ahead and shut the garage door so my vehicle doesn't get wow! So my vehicle doesn't get damaged by the kitties, and so there's no backlighting. All right, now what do I think about these updates? I think the updates are pretty cool, especially how it doesn't automatically shut off when you're turning now. You can take turns a lot easier. And you can, I think it's actually pretty cool that you can brake. Not hard brake, but you can do a soft brake to slow down for a bit. Maybe while you're in a crowded area. The biggest problem I had while at Six Flags is that it was very crowded and people did not watch where they were walking and people did not watch their children very well. So people were walking out in front of me and I would have to stop and then I would have to get going again and then I would have to stop and then I would have to get going again. And while in crowded areas and stopping and starting over and over, it is very hard to use the control unit and steer at the same time. It's not typically hard to do that, like say in a grocery store or something, but it is when you're in a crowded area and it's happening over and over and over. it gets very annoying, very frustrating, very exhausting. So these new features will be cool while in crowded areas. I'm going to a theme park, like I said, this month, and I think that it will be very helpful. And at the same time, I'm a little bit nervous about these new features because I'm gonna have to play around with it a bit more to get used to the new features, because I don't know what's gonna be the best setting for a theme park now that there are all these different components. Previously it was decided for me. I didn't have to mess with that or choose anything. Now it's an option, which, like I said, is cool, but you have to learn both the control unit, the drive unit very well, and the settings very well in order to decide what is safest. Because I don't want anybody getting hurt. I don't want to get hurt, and I don't want to hurt anybody. So I will definitely have to mess around with the settings some more to figure out what's best. But the features are very cool. Yeah, anybody who's using this, I would definitely mess around with the settings. I would practice a lot now, because there is no setting that is chosen for you. It's basically like the safety features are in your hands. So you have to decide what is safe, what is not safe, what is comfortable, what is not comfortable. And that is a little bit more challenging now. But that being said, after you get all of that done, yeah, the new features are great. I like them. I don't like all that speed. It's not for me. I don't see why anybody would have to go that fast, because people don't go around their daily lives running around. Anyways, yeah. Tell me what y'all thought about the Smoov. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. Maybe tell me some videos that you would like to see. Give me some video requests or some suggestions that you would like to see in future videos. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you enjoy my content and you're watching a bunch of my content, because there are 90% of all of my audience that aren't subscribed, but if you're not subscribed and you're watching all of my content, then hit that subscribe button. 90% of you, hit that subscribe button. And also, if you would like to receive notifications when I upload new videos, then hit that bell notification sign and you will be notified when I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Love y'all. Bye.